Civil war raged in Sri Lanka for over a quarter century until 2009. The reintegration of young soldiers is one of the great challenges the country still faces. The commanding officers of the Sinja regiment in Ambepusa decided to build a large library on their base. It is intended to support soldier education and also be open to the local civilians and cost as little as possible. The floors of the library are made of reclaimed wooden railroad ties. The walls are made of rammed earth with a moderate dosage of cement, and the roof framing uses salvaged steel girders from demolished factories. The building is narrow and elongated, which allows cross-ventilation and simplified construction by using repeated standardized segments. The soldiers learned how to make the simple yet robust elements step by step, and they erected the building themselves. Once they are discharged from the army, they will be able to build their own houses using the same system and make use of their skills in the job market.
The project in Sri Lanka received the Silver Award because of the way in which it was very specific, it was very concrete, it was very architectural in many ways. It takes members of the army and instead of putting them to war, puts them to really a very active mode of realizing construction, and therefore their expertise, their knowledge, their activities become utilized for the creation of architecture, but also new spaces. This was done using relatively simple methods of construction, but what is unique about it, instead of simple methods of construction, actually also resulting in simplistic buildings, the outcome were a series of buildings that were very delightful in terms of their design, in terms of their understanding of materials, for example, small elements like windows, skylights, those things. But also the project dealt very beautifully in terms of its relationship between architecture and topography, or architecture and landscape. And it also points out that with relatively modest resources, but a dedicated team, we have the capacity, Sri Lanka will have the capacity to actually produce some extraordinary architecture.